Hello, welcome to Jazz Emporium. So today we're doing a Virgo forecast video, or Virgo predictions for season. So also, if you like what you see, please do like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell to let you know when my videos are about to be made or when I've uploaded something. So again, this is more like a prediction video. This is kind of like an intro to what Virgo is. So I hope you do enjoy this video, and please comment, like, subscribe, and share. The more that you like, comment, subscribe, hey, it's free, people. You need to push me more out into the algorithms, and I do appreciate every person that likes, comments, and subscribes and shares my content. It actually makes me happy when I see this. So if you like what you see, please do like, comment, subscribe, and we shall get to the symbology of Virgo. Bye for now. Hello, so welcome back. So I'm glad that you come to join me to see this video. So what is the symbology of Virgo? Okay, so Virgo is ruled by the sixth house. It is ruled by Mercury. It is the sixth sign of the astrological sign. It's the second earth sign. So Virgo is symbology when you look at the sign, whereas Leo was a lion, we get a whole ass human with a wheat sheaves. So you're probably wondering, okay, why does Virgo have the symbology of the woman with the wheat? So the timing of Virgo, so it's at the middle of August, so August 22nd, 23rd. This is around the time where you start to get the second harvest of the astrology. So the corn is starting to grow, the beans are starting to grow, things are starting to grow and drop with hanging fruit. So this is like the second harvest, because we have things called Lutmas in Wiccan culture, which talks about the second harvest. So we're just ending in the ending of summer, early fall. So Virgo is a mutable sign. So anything with mutable. So cardinal is the beginning, fixed is the middle, and mutable, it means it's a changeable. So Virgo is a changeable sign, which means it adapts from late summer, early fall. Because the ending of Virgo, which would be Libra season, which would be next season, would reside from September 21st, it depends on the lunar cycle, 22nd, 23rd, 21st, depending on the lunar cycle, would be the changing over to Libra. So Virgo's numbers, they roll the number 6 because it's in the 6th house, and also 5 because it's Mercury. So the strange thing about Virgo, which again, even though it is a second earth sign, Virgo's got very much a lot of air qualities to it because Mercury. Now, its sister planet that it also rules with Virgo would be Gemini. So if you look at Gemini and Virgo, there's kind of a duality, like I said, the Caesar and Pollux, the twins. But with Virgo, it is a woman with the harvest, the harvesting wheat. In aspects of astrology, why that is, it's almost like a representation of Demeter. So Demeter would be the lady of the hearth and the home, and it's also the lady of the harvest. So Demeter, anything like that to do with the harvest and the seasons and the changes. It's also seen as a very motherly. Now, it's not motherly like Cancer, but the whole thing between, which is ironic, Scorpio, which would be probably an aspect of Persephone. We got Demeter, who is rounding up her last crops. The fruits are coming in, it's bearing, it's starting to, reap the harvest. And then you have something like Scorpio, which is a couple of signs later on, that represents her daughter Persephone. And Persephone was taken by Hades to go live in the underworld. So there is that aspect. So Demeter and Vesta in Roman cultures would be to be the hearth and the home of the family. So that's what we get with the Virgo. Now, with the Virgo's colors, I would say Virgo's colors would be almost like a greeny yellow, kind of like plantation, or like, like spring colors, like, like a bright sunny, because it has that, that Mercury aspect, yellowy, sort of green, but also too purple. When I read that, I was like, oh, okay, because again, you would associate purple with Virgo, but yes, one of the colors of Virgo can be purple, or like a limeish green, or like a green color, like a light, sort of like spring green color, right? Which would make sense because she's holding a sheath of wheat colors, and also like yellow colors like the wheat and stuff like that, or the harvest of the corn. So Now, what is the plants that are associated with Virgo? Lily of the valley, forget me not, different types of little like bellflowers, like, you know, like baby's breath and stuff like that. Violets, that's another one too. And violets are very good when you want to draw on spirits and stuff, good spirits and protection from evil spirits. Like I said, 5 and 6 are the numbers of Virgo, because 5 for Mercury, and Virgo because it rules the 6th house. So the symbology of Virgo with that, with the gemstones, carnelian, peridot, sapphire, opal, but just for very like, almost like to the, if you're like nearing the end, because again, Libra, right? So there is some aspects of the opal, you know, even though it's more for October and Librans. Virgo also kind of can roll opal for its high vibration. Different other stones like calcite and stuff roll Virgo. Carnelian, sardonyx is another one too, because remember, it's adjacent to Leo. So some of the gemstones, if I'm listing gemstones for each sign, some signs are going to get duplicate stones. Like for example, Aquarius and Pisces, they both would have amethyst. You know, February people born in Aquarius season would have amethyst, and Pisces, that's one of the stones that do attribute to Pisces. So there's that. Now it's metal for Virgo, just like Gemini, and this is where it gets a little funny, Mercury. Now, in modern day practices, it would be probably a mixture between silver and gold if you're wearing it. And yes, I wear the caduceus, which is a symbology of Mercury. Now, real, obviously, Mercury, you can't touch it because you get mercury poisoning. You might as well go to the hospital if that happens. So, again, people, be mindful, you know, like be smart about if you're worshiping sort of deities to do like with Mercury. We don't want to touch actual Mercury. So again, this is what Virgo rules, and I shall see you in the next video, and bye for now. So before we get into Virgo predictions, we got to know a bit more about Virgo. What does Virgo rule exactly? Okay, so Virgo rules the 6th house in the astrological wheel chart, because it's always a constant wheel. So each sign's designated a house. So for example, Virgo rules the 6th house. The 6th house rules health, routines. It rules health of the body. It rules nurses, doctors, being of services to others. Charity, it rules hard work, reliability, focusing, and details. So Virgo tends to rule these aspects of our life. So when you're thinking of Virgo, you want to think of health, routines. You want to think of how you're taking care of your overall health with your body, food you eat, how you coordinate yourself with your health, and what you see around the world with to do with health. It can also rule pandemics. It can also rule things to do with keeping yourself clean. Virgo is a very cleanly sign. So there is that aspect. That's why people are like, well, why are Virgos so meticulous and clean? If we look at the keywords of Virgo also, cleanliness, meticulous, organized, methodical, planning. It's not spontaneity. It's not like happy-go-lucky like Leo. It's more, okay, we are organized, methodical, and this is what we need to do. Virgo's brains are very detail-oriented, so they pay attention to more of finer details versus Sagittarius that pays attention to the bigger picture. It rules Mercury, so there, like I said, there's an oppositional energy when it comes to like Jupiter. Now, its opposite sign would be Pisces, which ironically ruled Jupiter before Neptune was found. So there is a correlation between Mercury and Jupiter when it comes to the duality of opposite signs. So like I said, whereas Gemini rules the merchant, Sagittarius rules the teacher, the higher learning. It's like doable learning with the hands and skills. Just like Virgo, they're more about here now practicalities, whereas Pisces is more about the other realms and the other worlds, you know, rising and descending. So in the astrological charts, 12th house is about the subconscious, whereas Virgo, or the 6th house, rules everyday, day-to-day living routines, but they balance each other out, Virgo and Pisces. So there's a synonymousness with that, and oftentimes people say there's a maledictousness if you have a lot of this in your chart, which I do. I have Capricorn stellium in the 6th house. Now, when it comes to things like health and routines, Virgo tends to rule, like I said, doctors and nurses. So people that might have a lot of 6th house placements, and healers too, I should add, would actually benefit working in a healing field, such as doctors, nurses, or spiritual or holistic leaders. There's that cleanliness aspect, and then you instruct others on how they can better their health and improvement. Even fitness trainers would have a lot of 6th house placements, and probably a Capricorn and Mars, the endurance to keep going. One aspect that Virgo needs to really watch here, and I have to stress this enough, you guys are workaholics. You guys are dependable, you guys are reliable and very loyal and very dedicated to your work. To a fault almost, because you guys love to work hard. You can't just sit there in complacency. There's always something to do, fix, or to strive for. Like, look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, a Virgo sun. And yes, he was a Pisces rising, which is ironic right there. See, I just tapped into that whole adjacent opposite energy. Now, Michael Jackson, Virgo, he broke the record for a lot of record sales. But here's what he tried to do. Instead of just saying, okay, yeah, I'm the best or whatever, at that time period, he tried to break his own record. Virgos have a tendency to do that. They have a tendency, and people who are Virgo risings too. So, like I said, sun, moon, rising, wherever you have Virgo in your charts, this is where the pinnacleness of perfection is often amplified. Virgos tend to do that. They tend to break their own records of perfectionism. Now, within this perfectionism, people who are Virgos, and I'm not crapping on you guys, and happy birthday, Virgo, by the way. I'm not crapping on you guys too hard, but I have to say this. Virgos are very perfectionistic, which is great, you know, because they oftentimes break their own records. They set new standards that we have to hit. But please don't be perfectionistic towards others. Do not be fault-finding or critical. That's some of the negative aspects of Virgo. You know, you guys are brilliant in your brains. You guys are very detail-oriented. You guys are good at siphoning facts. You guys are good at communication that way, more earthly communication. You guys are very good at getting your point across. But it also sometimes can come off as very critical and fault-finding. And you gotta be very careful about that, Virgos. It's okay to have constructive criticism if you're telling someone how they can improve something, but please don't be so arrogant and profound and rude about it. You know, it's okay to say, hey, problem solving, because they're excellent problem solvers, but like, don't rub it in somebody's face and use it for criticism to pick somebody apart. Virgos also have to watch out for a lot of eating disorders because they are very perfectionistic in the way that they view themselves and others. They find beauty and perfectionism in others, but have a hard time with the inner dialogue with themselves. So Virgos, please, 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 I emphasize this, don't be a hard critic on yourself. And don't be a hard critic to others, but try it. They morally aim it to themselves. Do not do it to yourselves. You guys are awesome and brilliant. Actually, Virgos, I get along with a lot of Virgo placements. I never really met a Virgo rising person, maybe one in my life that I didn't get along with, but majority of you guys, I get along with a lot of Virgo placements. You know, shout out to my one of my best friends or that, you know, is in America, and she's got a Virgo rising, and she's awesome. Like the greatest person you'll ever meet. She's sunny, she's happy, she's brilliant. Shout out to my friend Destiny if you're watching this. You know, a lovely Virgo rising. So I mean, Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury, Amy Winehouse, they're all Virgo. They're all Virgo suns, and they're very distinctive and very, very brilliant brains when they are executing the work. Like I said, they're very loyal and dedicated to the work, even to the point when Freddie Mercury himself was sick and dying of AIDS, and instead of him, you know, going home and resting and saying, okay, throwing in the towel, that's it for me, he worked to the very end to where the disease almost took him. If you look at the Days of Our Lives video, you'll understand that. That's how dedicated Virgos are to things. Oh, and also Virgo rising, Timothy Chalamet. Pisces moon, Virgo rising. Damn, what was his sign? I can't remember what he's Capricorn, that's right. Timothy Chalamet, yes. Oh, and Keanu Reeves is a Virgo rising and Virgo sun, so he's double Virgo. See, very humble people. Virgos are very humble. They don't, unless they're in their negative aspects, Virgos are very, very humble people, and they get the job done whenever they can. So if you want a reliable worker or reliable person on your side, a loyal person, if you want somebody that is very duty bound, that is acts of service, because that's how oftentimes Virgos tend to express their love is through acts of service, please look no further than Virgo itself. Virgo is an amazing sign that often does not get a lot of spotlight put on them, because yes, you're coming from Leo that has all the spotlight. Now, let's not forget about Virgos. You know, Virgos are very necessary and they're very awesome people, you know. So please, happy birthday, Virgo, and thank you for tuning in this far. So let's get into the predictions of what everybody in the collective can expect out of this Virgo season. And bye for now. Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Let's see what this whole Virgo rising predictions are. So the first thing I'm getting from what Spirit is telling me, this season, people need to really focus on their environment, their health, and their houses. Virgo this season is asking you to be very organized and detail-oriented within your homes and outside your inner circles. Now, yes, we're in still a Mercury retrograde, which is, I think, is going to be coming out of it within a couple of days. So watch your communication still. Yes, Virgo rules Mercury, but during this Mercury retrograde, please be mindful of your communication. Now, if your home and environment or your work life or anything in your life is in disorder and chaos, Virgo is asking you this season to please organize your stuff. Or as a friend used to say, fix your shit. Be more organized. Pay attention to details and watch what you're signing. Virgo is another sign of communication, just like Gemini, but Virgo is really telling you to hone in on, in basics, finer details of things. What can you do to improve the finer details and aspects of your life? What needs to be fixed? Now, again, and those in relationships, Virgo season is going to teach you not to fix your partner. It's okay to be, to do criticism, but constructive criticism, but don't be sitting there micromanaging your partner, and don't fix your partner. That's a big thing that's coming up here. Learning the lesson of don't be fixing others, changing people for who you want them to be, let them be who they need to be. Now, with Virgo season is all about, again, detail to the body and your health. So in this Virgo season with the Virgo predictions, Spirit needs you to be mindful of what you're putting into your body, what's coming out of your body. Virgo needs to watch out, and then again, we might be having a little bit of health scares this Virgo season to do with pandemics and stuff. So always be mindful that you're carrying disinfectants, that you're not trying to spread germs. And I know it's inevitable, and no, diseases do not discriminate. There is one aspect of the sixth house that rules diseases and illnesses. So there could be an actual health scare during this Virgo pandemic, or there could be a prediction of another, I hate to say this, another pandemic or another outbreak of a pandemic, which, fingers crossed, let's hope that's not going to happen. But I'm getting that very, like, I'm hearing maledictus. So, maledictus, or malade, which means sick in French, malade, maledictus. So people need to be extra mindful of how they're carrying themselves and watch their surroundings to do with illnesses, sicknesses, who they're interacting with. Make sure you're always taking good care of that. Now, also too, besides, you know, probably the threat of monkeypox is probably what it is, I would also say with Virgo season, going through old paperwork, you know, decluttering would be a good thing for Virgo, because again, Virgo is all about order within the chaos. So is there anything in your life that you need to declutter? You know, are you trying to be a minimalist? Are you, like, what are you aiming for? What's your goals and objectives? Do you like to clean because you love to clean, or is it just because, well, you know, you got a bunch of paper everywhere that needs to, you know, be gone and stuff like that? You know, like I said, fix your home, but, you know, remember, everything always happens in divine timing, trust, and or perfectionism to your standards, not others. Now, again, when you're trying to interact with others, some people may not be as organized as you guys. Some people may not be as clean as you guys. You know, there is going to be conflict with how people run their homes, their health, and what they choose to do with that, and what they choose to do around their surroundings. And, you know, like I said, hearth and home, whereas Cancer is all about comfort in the home, Virgo is all about duty, bound, honor, helping out with the house chores, making sure the home is a livable, organized, functional place. Are you and your partner divvying up, you know, routines very equally if you have a partner? Now, if you're single, because again, I do for both aspects, are you keeping up with the house chores? Are you exhausted? Take some time out for you. Make sure you take some time out for your chores. They won't do themselves, but you also can't be overworked to the point where you drop and you have no time for yourself. Because some people are very obsessed about cleaning. And again, things like OCD disorder can be a very Virgo disorder, and a bit of neuroticism with that, because again, they're all about order within the chaos. They want clean and order, but make sure it's not to a point of obsession. That's another thing too, and that goes with even the perfectionism within Virgo season. You can't fault find your partner. You can't, you know, gotta make sure there's a balance between, are they giving as much as you are? Because Virgos are very giving, despite of what you hear about them. They're also very giving and a little bit kinky too. People don't want to talk about that aspect. Oh, Virgos are very clean. Actually, one of the kinkiest signs besides Scorpio is Virgo. Yes, Virgos, I see you. I see you. Well, that entices my Scorpio man, but yes. Yes, Virgos can be one of the kinkiest signs. Yes, and a lot of people don't want to talk about that, but there is fetishes, kinks, and all that stuff. Which again, that will be another separate video for another time. I may do something like that, like to do with sexuality within all the astrology signs, or sexuality in general with tarot or whatever. Right? I may do something like that. You know, why not? It is an aspect of humanity, right? Let's not be childlike here, guys, right? So there is that, you know, there might be some kinks or things expressed that are kind of offbeat, but that there's going to be an explorative aspect within this Virgo season of inner stuff like that. There's also going to be about, you know, like I said, homes and routines. Make sure if you're living with a partner or significant other that you're not giving everything and not receiving anything in return. Don't overwork yourself to the point of dropping and your partner's walking around like smelling like a rose, not giving a crap. Just much as, you know, organization, you both are a team. You know, be reliable in that aspect and servicing the others of the partner and yourself at the same time. You know, because Virgo is about service-orientated stuff. So there is that aspect of, you know, being a service to others, but also reminding yourself, Virgo, or people that are tuning into for Virgo season, this Virgo season is also reminding you to service the self, not just others. Now, if you guys are into volunteer work or anything in the health field, this is actually a very prominent year for you to shine too. This is a good year for you guys to shine in the health field because, again, Virgo rules that. So pay attention, especially to your jobs. If you are PSWs, healthcare people, or anything, even surgeons, you guys are going to have the spotlight put on you. Good job. You've done the work, Virgos. For those that have done the work, good job. You will be recognized for your hard work and skills. Even specialists and psychiatrists, same thing, because it rules the health. Writers and communicators will also benefit from Virgo season because, again, you have that Mercury aspect that rules the communication aspect on an earthier tone, though. But there's been also Pete Townsend, another brilliant Virgo rising to do with writing skills. A lot of musicians are often Virgo risings. Jay-Z, a Virgo rising. You guys are very good at writing stuff, lyrics and stuff, just as much as Sagittarius rising, which that will be another video. But yes, you guys are very good at writing skills, communication, and you guys don't have a knack for business too, because you guys pay attention to every detail. You know every little thing that's moving in and out of those bank accounts. That's another thing too with Virgo season. Please pay attention to your bank accounts. Pay attention to every freaking detail, Virgo. Pay attention to details, details, details. Does the fax check out? Is everything kosher? You know, good on you for, you know, even making contracts. That's another very Virgian thing, is contracts. Read the fine print. Always read the fine print in Virgo season. And yes, because we're in a retrograde, Mercury retrograde, unfortunately, for the next couple days, please reread and reread before you sign, people. So there's that aspect too with Virgo risings to do with that aspect. So let's see what other things. So health, we got do not fault find your partners. Make sure there's a balance in the workforce to do with the house chores and duties. Oh yes, in your work life, make sure you find between balance of hard work and play. I know in our society it's trendy to have 3 jobs with people. Make sure you're not overworking yourself to the point where you drop. Remember, Virgo season will kick your butt if you're not servicing yourself and self-care as Virgo rules. If you're not taking care of that within yourself, Virgo season is going to kick your butt with that. You need to make sure you're taking care of you first before you can take care of another. You got to make sure that there is a balance between health and wealth. You got to be healthy because you won't be wealthy. If you want the money, you got to be healthy. So you need to really, really pay attention to that because your health is way more important than the almighty dollar. So there is that. So please, please, please pay attention to your health. So let's see, we got health, we got finances. Oh yes, and artists. Artists are very detail oriented. This is a good time for you to shine, artists, because you guys will be doing very more detail oriented artwork. So that's another thing that's coming up here for artists and musicians and stuff. Good lyrics writing and stuff like that. So Virgo with creativity, yes, this is a good time to pay attention to the more business side and details. If there's any old work that needs to be finished, tie up loose ends. Virgo season is a good time to do that because Virgo represents, you know, looking over, editing documents. So if anyone's writing books or anything to do with businesses, anything to do with business plan, budget plans, anything that needs to be reviewed and edited, this is a good time for Virgo seasons. And yes, making budgets. So with Virgo, this would be a good time to make a budget plan and stick to it. And it's a good time for any sort of planning, whether planning for a trip or anything. Just be careful with, oops, sorry, I need some water. With Virgo, even though it's now in a Mercury retrograde, for the next couple days until Mercury goes stationed, there might be some plan delays. So Virgo, please don't flip out and want to hurt somebody if your plans don't go to complete, you know, fruition. Be mindful, plan a little extra harder, you know, make sure, you know, get there a little earlier because we're still in a Mercury retrograde, but yes, there is that aspect. So yes, careful planning too this season. Don't do things on a spur of whim and moment. Please be mindful and plan things out, but don't forget to have fun this season. So in Virgo season, you know, just pay attention to details, get stuff done, tie up loose ends to do with old projects, plan things meticulously, and do not forget to self-care this season, people. I really need to drive that home to you guys. Self-care, self-care, self-care. So, like I said, that's pretty much it for the Virgo season predictions. I hope everybody loves this video. If you like what you see, please do like, comment, subscribe. Come to my website, book a reading. Please share this out into the algorithms. Please like, comment, and share, and I shall see you later. Bye for now. Peace out.